Hi and welcome back guys to a new video, and I don't even have to say what it is about because the title already gave it away. I'm engaged. Yes, that's true. So many of you saw this already on my Instagram and on Facebook, but I don't really use Facebook, but I still posted it on there. So yeah, that happened. It's crazy. I still feel like I'm in a dream. Kind of a recap, I don't really kind of talk about my relationship a lot because I like keeping it private and all of that, but since these are like big news, I still wanted to share, and it's just so exciting for me. And also, so many of you who follow me on Instagram, who don't follow me on Instagram, this is news for you, but yes, I'm engaged. But for those of you who follow me on Instagram, also so many of you messaged me asking me like how it happened and like a story time or something. So today I will share like how it happened, and yeah, just like also, so there's like a little piece of video for myself that I can look back on like a while later and I don't know, listen to myself talk about this moment. I'll try to get to the point, but my head is a mess, and I'm just, when I start thinking about this and talking about this, I just get like butterflies and I'm so excited. I got engaged to my boyfriend, who is my now fiance. We have been together for 4.5 years, so that's kind of like a little backstory. But I knew I wanted to marry him ever since the day I met him, so this is a true dream come true. I can't, I'm just, I can't believe it actually happened to me, because engagements and weddings was always something that happened to others, and I knew I wanted that, and I knew I wanted to experience that in my life, but I could never really visualize myself in those situations, if you know what I mean. I don't know. So yeah, finally now I'm here, I'm engaged, and even saying that feels surreal. It feels weird, but in the best way possible. Yeah, I'm not gonna stop smiling. This is ridiculous. So how it happened, for those of you who are asking. So it is the day of the 24th December, which is Christmas Eve. So we had planned that we were going to celebrate Christmas on that day, and just like prepare a nice dinner and just have like a nice Christmassy feel. And this year was special because we were finally celebrating Christmas just the two of us together, and that was something I always wanted, because we always, like every Christmas that we had up until now, which is 3 Christmases, yeah, we had to like split between going to his parents' house or my parents' house, or go to the both and split it somehow, and it was always kind of a hassle. It still ended up being like nice and lovely, you know, meeting your family on Christmas and all that, but for me it was like, I just can't wait to have my own family and just celebrate Christmas at home with my family, not having to go anywhere. Yeah, so finally that happened this year, also because we kind of wanted that and planned that, but also kind of Miss coronavirus ruined everything and just came back the second time. So like everyone's on lockdown, and yeah, so everyone stayed in their own homes, and I know for so many of you that's like a big like sad news, and a lot of you were like alone this Christmas, and I'm sorry for that, and I hope you all are fine and all that, because I know this time can be really hard being away from your family. That's just one thing I wanted to say. But yeah, so back to the story. I said I'm all over the place. We planned, yeah, that we're gonna have a nice dinner in advance, so we went out the day before. We went out and brought everything for the dinner. You know what I mean, like dinner together, Christmas Eve, and we thought we were gonna watch like a Christmassy movie and all that jazz. And also, I heard so many of my friends, my girlfriends especially, who are already like engaged and married, they always talked about how they knew that their boyfriend was gonna propose, and they always had this feeling, and like either it's something gave it off. And I always thought that I was also gonna be able to tell, or I will know when it's gonna happen, and so it's not gonna be like a surprise, but literally this is the last thing I expected unexpected. Like, I did not know. I didn't have the smell of engagement anywhere near me. I didn't even have a hunch. So I don't know, maybe my gut feeling is just off the radar. I don't know, like I didn't expect this at all, especially like on Christmas. Like, many people think that like Christmas is a time when people do this, but for me it was like, I'm kind of a Grinch and it was never a fan of Christmas, but I think also because it was always just like, as I said, bouncing around, like going from one place to another, and I always wanted to be like at my house. So maybe from now I'm gonna start loving Christmas. So I was happy we were gonna spend it together and just be the two of us, and I had no idea he was planning on doing this on Christmas. But I'll get back to the story. I am everywhere. So it's the day, 24th December, we wake up, and I planned that I was gonna bake some sugar cookies because I'm not a gingerbread cookie fan. I was like, also, I don't want to bake a cake because it's just like too much for the two of us. But we want something sweet, and I was like, hey, cookies would be a fun idea. So I baked some sugar cookies, and I also bought some icing that we can like decorate the cookies with. And so it was like the start of the day, somewhere around 2 p.m, something like that, and I was just like baking the cookies, and when they were done, I invited my boyfriend to decorate them with me. And he came and we started decorating, like drawing like silly stuff on the cookies, like snowflakes and all that jazz. And then he asked me, he was like, hey, what would you think if the cookies said, like each cookie, like I made them round, and if each cookie said Merry Xmas, like Merry Christmas, like I don't know, for a nice Instagram picture or something. And I was like, hey, that's a good idea. And that was completely spontaneous. Like, I didn't plan that the cookies are gonna say that, and I'll get to that little point later. But yeah, so, oh my God, I'm getting like nervous talking about this. Like, this is so fresh. So we're like decorating the cookies. My boyfriend was writing the Merry Xmas, and because Christmas would be just too long, so Xmas. I don't even like remember what was I doing, but I sort of like, I was like either looking in the fridge or what was I doing? But somehow my boyfriend was so quick and sneaky, he exchanged the letters. So it says not Mary, but Mary, you know what I mean. The E with an A, he exchanged those, and he removed some letters. He quickly made a question mark. I don't remember how he did that, but I don't know how I did not notice it. Like, I was maybe just so sure that the cookies were saying Merry Xmas that I didn't even like look or check. But he somehow switched it up, so the cookies spell out "Marry Me" with a question mark. and I didn't even notice that. So I was doing something, I don't know, doesn't matter what I was doing. But then I somehow turn, and my boyfriend just really hugs me really tight, and he starts saying these really nice things, and I'm like, oh, that's sweet. But then I feel him shaking. And I was like, what's wrong? But I was like thinking that to myself. I was like, oh my God, what's going on? And then he looks at me, and I remember him saying, he was like, well, remember how we really want a family together, and Christmas is about family coming together. And so to start a family, we should get married, right? And remember him looking at me, he has like tears in his eyes, and I'm like getting teary. It's just so beautiful. I can't. This is like the most perfect moment in my entire life. So I was like, well, yeah. And then I see him shaking. He's like nervous, and that's like so sweet. And he like nods with his head to the cookies, and I look at the cookies, and yeah, I finally read that they said "Marry Me." And then he got down on one knee and proposed, and it was like so beautiful. I can't. It was like so perfect. God, I need to get myself together. Every time I tell this story, like when I told it to my mom in detail, I also started crying because it's just like so beautiful. It's like happiest moment of my entire life up until this point. Up until this point, I'm a mess. Anyway, the whole point to that is that later my fiance told me that he didn't plan on doing it that specific moment. Like, it just looked so perfect, like as it was planned out, but he told me it was like completely spontaneous, because his idea at first was that he was going to propose after dinner. somehow like very, very nice, and like after dinner and like with music and like all that jazz. And he told me that he came up with the idea to decorate the cookies with saying Merry Xmas and all that. And when he put out the letters Merry, he just saw it right there. He was like, oh my God, I just have to do it now. So he said that something clicked inside of him and he had to do it then and now. And I think that is so, so, so perfect, how he followed his gut feeling for that specific moment. And it made it so much more unpredictable and just so, it looked as if it was planned, but when he told me, he just saw it on the spot and he just knew he had to do it then and there. It was, oh my God, it was like the most amazing thing ever. I can't believe it happened to me, and I'm like so, so, so happy, and I can't believe I'm gonna become a wife. Like, like, oh my God. It's like my world is spinning. So after that, we both hugged and cried for like an hour, which is like so, so, so sweet. And it's seriously my most favorite thing of, I wanted to say this year, but like in my entire life up until this point, seriously. So yeah, that's how it happened. I'm sorry, I'm like like this all the time, but I'm like, these are happy tears. So yeah, that's how the story went. And one thing that I thanked him for later was like actually such a good thing that he chose that moment, because we were planning on like dressing up, and like I was planning on doing my makeup like for the dinner, so I look all fancy and sassy, you know, like we're sitting at home all the time, so dressing up would be nice for the dinner. And when he proposed, I was like in my sweatpants with no makeup on, and I was like, actually, that the fact that I was crying so much from happiness and excitement, I was happy that I didn't have any makeup on for that moment, so I didn't ruin anything, and I wasn't like a total mess. You know, I was still a mess, like still crying and just shaking and just being so excited. And yeah, so that's just, yeah. Of course, also during this video you saw some pictures that we took, and yeah, this will, I think from now on, Christmas will be like one of my favorite holidays, because it's gonna remind me of this moment. And yeah, those are my big news. Such an amazing way how to end the year. So yeah, I just wanted to share this with you guys, and maybe from now on with this, like my channel can take like a different turn or something. I can talk about, I don't know, wedding planning stuff. Let me know if you're interested in that, because yeah, I can only talk so much about tattoos, and I've been saying this for a long time, but I just want to kind of, I don't know, maybe mix in a little bit of my personal life into this. And yeah, I don't know where to go with this anymore, but these are my exciting news. And yeah, for those of you who want to see the ring, it's right here. I'm so bad at showing off rings because I have like little chubby fingers. I know that, don't come for me. Man, this is the little ring, and it's honestly like so beautiful. I love how minimalistic it is, but it's just still like so, so, so special. And every time when I do something and I look at it, I'm like, like I can't believe it. Yeah. So yeah, that's my story. I hope I didn't leave anything out, because seriously, when I start telling this, my head starts spinning like in a very positive way. I'm just so excited and just so happy, and I couldn't be happier. So yeah, anyway, you guys, I really hope that your Christmas was also very, very lovely, and that you spent a nice time on your Christmas, even if you couldn't be with your loved ones. Maybe, I don't know, you did a chat or something on Zoom. Like, you have to adapt nowadays, you know. But I hope, yeah, that you still had a nice Christmas, and I'm wishing you all a very happy and amazing New Year. And let's just hope that 2021 brings health to us and kicks coronavirus's ass and kicks it out of the radar, because we're all just honestly so sick of it, right? So let's just hope for a better 2021. My look back on this year is that globally it was a shit year, but for me personally, so many big things happened. Like, I graduated from art academy, which is one thing I thought I would never do, but I did. I moved finally, and then I got engaged. Like, this was a big year for me, and that kind of spectrum, and I could also of course do a video like a look back on 2020 like in detail if you're interested in that, or it's just like me talking about my personal life and no one's really interested. Yeah, so just let me know if that's something you want to see. But yeah, again guys, I wish you a happy 2021, and let's just all stay safe and healthy. So yeah, thank you all for watching this video. I hope my news was something happy, I don't know. Just yeah, so if you did like this video, leave me a like. It feels weird doing this on a video that is so personal, but yeah, leave me a like, subscribe, and I'll see you very, very soon in one of my next videos, probably next year. So yeah, bye guys.